Unless you're really young, I'm going to be been asked the question before, if you could live any place in the world, where would you live? I know the answer that I would give for that, but I'm going to hold off on doing that for the moment. Good morning and welcome to today's the 5 minute summation. Today is September the 23rd and it is a Wednesday. I hope you're having a good day. It's rainy here and that's just how things work, but we'll deal with that as we have to. So I wanted to do a couple of things to kind of explain my perspective on this. And this relates to something that's out of Dr. Noam Chomsky's Understanding Power of the Indispensable Chomsky, right? Which a lot of my work is going to be related to that. But I just wanted to take the time to give a little bit of experience. I was in the Air Force for about 9 years. And 2 of those years I spent in the Republic of Korea. The second time I went there, I lived in a dormitory on the military base at Osan Air Base. And I had a person who came to my room every day, took my laundry, cleaned the room, made everything good. I paid that person $20 twice a month to do that work. I knew people who were in the Philippines, knew people who were in the Philippines, and they would tell me, yeah, I'm a ghost. That meant that they had a room in a dormitory, but in reality, they lived in a villa, literally a villa. And sometimes they would do that with other people, and sometimes they would just do it for themselves because they could afford to do that in the Philippines on the local economy. Now, I want you to keep in mind that the people in question were often either at or below the poverty level. Some were just above, right? But many were either at or below the poverty level. And I want you to contrast the poverty level in the United States to what other countries think is a reasonable wage. I want you to know that there is a contrast there, and I want you to realize that that contrast is pretty stark. That the United States that are poor tend often to be better off than the well-off in other countries. Not necessarily the rich by any means, but people who are reasonably well off in other countries. So literally the poor are better off in many instances in the United States than people who are reasonably, middle class or whatever in other countries. Now, I bring this up because there is an argument in Chomsky's work that the people of the United States are not allowed to choose the form of their government past a certain place, right? There's a set of standards and they have to live within those standards. And I get that, but what I don't think, maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, but what it seems to be Chomsky misses, what he doesn't get, is that that's by intent. That was literally written into the founding documents that we were a representative republic. Now, what does that mean? Representative means that instead of representing ourselves, we represent people to do the job of representing us and to potentially changing things. And that includes the law. We literally don't change the law, much less the form of government in this country. That's quite true. Okay. The republic piece is an indication that we live under a set of base laws in this country. That also is by intent. So that we have the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution and various things that are spring off from that. And the thing about it is, the intent was to make it extremely difficult to change either of those documents. In fact, the Declaration of Independence was really never meant to be changed. But the Constitution, as you probably are aware, has various amendments to it, the first 10 being the Bill of Rights, as we know, right? So the only way that you are going to change that, to change either the form of government or the laws that are in existence, is by convincing people that it needs to happen, which is going to be very hard, or by revolution, whether it's armed or not, right? And basically overthrowing the source or base documents that are used in the United States. I just want to be clear. So before I get there, the question is, when you look at the way the standard of living for the average American citizen or even resident, or the way in which we live, you have to ask yourself, is it really something that I think it's reasonable to do to overthrow the government? I want to remind you that there is no perfect government. There just isn't one. But you have the ability in the United States to effectuate certain change, because literally enshrined in that Constitution is your right to take certain kinds of actions, to be activist, if you will, in certain kinds of ways that you would not have were it not for the fact that it was written into those documents. I'm running out of time. In fact, I'm really already out. I'm changing my format a little, so there's going to be a quick little clip after this that's going to plug my social media stuff. But I just wanted to thank you for watching. I wanted to wish you the best possible day and hope that everything is going well for you. And if you are in this rain, hopefully we'll see an end to it before too long. I know there are some people who are a heck of a lot worse off because they're actually dealing with the tropical storms and so forth that are parts of what's going on. But I'm going to say it again. You have an excellent day, and hopefully we will see you again tomorrow. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more content from me of various kinds, you can go a number of places. One of those places is my blog, which is blogs.kpschubert.com. I have a Twitter, a Parler, and a Minds.com account, and my handle on each of those is @kpschubert. That is @kpschubert. You can also see my Facebook page, which is Kurt's Religion and Politics. I also have a YouTube account and a Rumble account, and have a channel on each of those. Again, it's the Kurt's Religion and Politics channel. And finally, if you want to support me, you can go to Patreon, and you can find me under Kurt's Religion and Politics there as well. Thanks again for watching this video, and have a wonderful day.